Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. Okay, today we're going to have our fourth and final question from Doug Boone. It's a good question here. And he says, center of the swing. Serge claims that the sternum is the midpoint, and most others claim it is the shoulder, the left shoulder, or the forward shoulder. Okay, good point. Reason why I go to the sternum is because the head rests upon the sternum, for number one. If we move the sternum forward or backwards, up or down, and the swing basically is one of the major laws is gravity and centrifugal force in hitting the club, swinging a rock on the end of a string. I call this the ultimate point, was because yes, my motion starts from the left shoulder, but when I make a backswing and I lift my arms up, I do not swing around my chest. Many of the rotational players, when they make a rotational swing, they pull their arm, they turn so much, their chin is resting on top of their arm. Go look at the pictures. You'll see all day it's like that. Well, when I swing, I'm touching the top of my bicep right here. The little hump that I have here, the muscle, it's just on the back. It touches mine, and I think most of you, if you lift your arms up well, you do this. As soon as you rotate, your arm gets pulled into your chest. It is squashing your chest. Remember, I have the concept of a pack of cigarettes. You should never crush the cigarettes. So even though my left arm is the string in the backswing to impact, a swinging a rock on a string, centrifugal force, when I lift my arms, that string, that shoulder comes right to my top of my sternum. And then when I swing down and hit the ball, and I strike the ball, and I come up, and I swing up to the top to my finish, it's coming back up level to my sternum over here. All right? So that's why I'm calling it the sternum is the center, because the arms basically swing around the sternum in the limited turn that we make. All right? And the key is that this sternum needs to maintain its proper height and position. All right? The only slight change we have in it up until impact is when we swing up, caused by the transition with the bump a little bit, the spine goes backwards. Dr. Armstrong calls that the secondary spine angle tilt. But I'm basically staying about as level as I can stay. And as soon as I do that bump, and I start swinging, and I'm swinging up, the hands free fall, and I'm swinging up. This shoulder in swinging up is racing right up to the neck to get back here with right near the sternum again. All right, so the sternum I think is the center as far as our up and down and back and forth. And as I said, forward arm, forward shoulder comes to the sternum at the top of the backswing, and the trailing shoulder, which is the right shoulder for a right-hander, comes to it, swinging up to the tee finish. And so, if you're going to maintain your balance, your levelness, naturally you have to keep your knees quiet. But then with that, the knees are the levelers, the stabilizers, but you still can't let your shoulders and your head go up and down and move around too much. So that's why I call the center of the swing the top of the sternum, because everything swings around that. And that controls keeping our distance stable, keeps our head very still. Because remember, we're the only swingers right now who really believe that the head stays relatively still. We try to keep it as still as we can, and that's why shadow swinging is important, where you can see your shadow and you can see how much your head is moving, which would be almost very, very little. Might be just a twitch of, because the shoulder's turning, the head might follow the shoulders just a little bit, an inch or two back, and then forward. But we're not going to be at the top of our backswing like this with the head moving way back there where the nose would be pointed 3, 4, 5 feet behind the ball, because we're not moving that much. So we swing around the sternum, because the sternum and the knees together, staying level and controlled, keeps our levelness, so we can nip the ball, nip it, clip it, ricochet off the ground, hit the ball more solid straight consistently with less stress, less strain on our entire body, from our knees all the way up to through your hips up to your neck, and especially down into your arms, elbows, wrists, and fingers. That's why we nip the ball. So maintain your sternum, keep it level, keep it consistent, keep your distance with your knees quiet, and you can hit the ball consistently solid, straight, and help you shoot those lower scores. That's it for today from the Serge, and I'll be talking with you all again soon.